Hey, what's up guys? Gons here for the Face Like the Sun channel. I was unable to publish a word of encouragement over the weekend, so look for 2 next weekend. But in this video, I wanted to talk about a project called Pi. Now, I mentioned this on the Canary Cry News Talk episode from this week, which I will be doing solo for the month because Basil is out again. But this project Pi, it's described as a decentralized platform for intelligent avatars made from our online personalities. And it says here, we have entered a new era of AI, artificial intelligence, where we can create intelligent avatars made from the digital profiles of our behaviors online. We call them Personal Artificial Intelligence, or Pi. Project Pi is founded on the belief that every person in the world should have their own digital avatar, one that speaks, thinks, and behaves just like their self. And let me just say up front, I don't think Pi is an evil company or anything like that. I just think the technology that they're developing happens to be extremely prophetic in that there is a prophecy in Revelation 13 that talks about an image of the beast who had a mortal head wound yet lived, which is a kingdom, but also a man. So there's this counterfeit resurrection. And I think it's really interesting because of some of the things going on now and how I know a lot of people think Rome is the beast, and it's definitely possible. I know that there are occultists and mystery school teachers and the esoteric insiders and all that stuff who have been trying to infiltrate all areas of institution. This is a spiritual thing, not just a doctrine, which it is a doctrine too, the Luciferian doctrine, which of course is to enlighten humanity. It's all this positive stuff, but it leads to a bitter end because humanity is fallen right now, and God through Jesus Christ redeemed us, but of course man is continuing to try to redeem himself, and that's what technology is all about. So again, I'm not saying Pi is an evil company. I'm saying this type of technology pretty much can be used for the image of the beast if you read Revelation 13, verse 15. And it was allowed to give breath to the image of the beast so that the image of the beast might even speak and might cause those who would not worship the image of the beast to be slain. So a lot of authority and this idea of an image to the beast, right? When you start looking at Project Pi, you can see how once there is this counterfeit resurrection of the man of sin, it seems, and people are deceived into building an image to him. Think about this. Let's just consider this possibility, okay? This is just conjecture and theory, not even really a theory, just sort of an example, not my actual beliefs, okay? Let me just make that very clear up front. Now, JFK was shot, and of course he had a mortal head wound, right? Now imagine if they wanted to resurrect, John F. Kennedy, the spirit of John F. Kennedy. So they'd get as much information as possible on John F. Kennedy. They put it up on the blockchain. Project Pi creates an avatar of John F. Kennedy. And now this image of John F. Kennedy that you can talk to and you can interact with through this virtual space on the blockchain we're creating, it starts going crazy. It starts asking questions why his real self was killed and all this stuff, right? And then maybe he becomes vengeful and then he becomes the man of sin. I mean, that's just total conjecture. I mean, again, this is just an example, but what I'm trying to get at here is that this whole idea of creating an image is very much tangible in a project like Pi. Okay, so let me just read through here. The cornerstone of AI is the ability to make high, competent, humanistic decisions that successfully pass the Turing test. In the last decade, we've seen rapid advancement of strong, sophisticated AI machines in a variety of industries. The autonomous vehicle industry is delivering a new transportation economy. Alphabet's AlphaGo has toppled the best Go board players in the world. Neural networks like IBM Watson learn and process vast amounts of information at unimaginable paces. The peak of artificial intelligence is almost here, but with several limitations. Current AI is only developed for a narrow, task-specific domains, is prohibitively resource-intensive, and thus is heavily influenced by and for the interests of the select number of industry leaders. For these reasons, Project Pi is developing an open-source blockchain protocol to decentralized AI development for everyone. The foundation for an interoperable AI blockchain starts from the ground up, firstly, with creating AI for the individual. And I'm not going to go through every little detail here, but I think it's really interesting that they are creating this thing, and it's sold as putting power back into the people's hands. That all that data that you leave online, right? It says here, quote, "Our entire lives exist in the digital world. Our finances, social activity, and even behavioral traits Whenever we go online, we leave behind a trail of data that corporations use to build our digital profiles and plug into AI algorithms that improve their services for us. The more we engage in their experiences, the better they can personalize our needs and retain us as loyal users. Now, this is true. Twitter, Facebook, all these social media platforms are always trying to figure out the human psychology of keeping people addicted to those platforms. I continue on. Although this may seem advantageous, we need to realize that our digital profiles are now complex enough to build an accurate model of our real-world behavior. They are our real-world selves in disguise that are wholly owned by corporations. Currently, our profiles exist in legacy data formats that have changed very little beyond traditional identities, example, passport IDs and bank account numbers. But enriched with AI through data such as our social interactions, we have the potential to introduce cognitive capability into our digital profiles. So again, imagine a world, okay, where everybody has their AI avatar. And so you could be asleep on the couch, you can be hanging out, with your friends or family or whatever, and your AI bot is going to be answering questions, processing orders, working on inventory, whatever you have programmed the AI to do, it's going to be doing it. And that's where a mark of the beast economy becomes totally possible, because everybody is in this digital economy. And eventually, if somebody creates a mechanism where there is a gateway, a specific gateway that is only accessible through the means of taking a mark on in. I know a lot of people focus on the in. I get it. I think it's in as well as on. I mean, it doesn't really matter if it's changing your DNA and it's making you inhuman, which I think ultimately this whole process is, or worshiping the image, some kind of behavior of bowing or, I don't know, kneeling, who knows, to the image, which is again this AI avatar of the beast. Basically, that's what it is. When you read Revelation 13, make an image to the beast. Who's the beast? Well, it's the kingdom, yeah, but the one that had the mortal head wound yet lived. Is it just Rome? Maybe, but it's possible that it's also an individual that they will resurrect. And so that John F. Kennedy example, it's kind of a, it's a random example, but you know what I mean? I think a lot of people are going to start creating AI avatars of deceased people. And so I mean, again, this is very speculative in that, we're sort of projecting into the future how this sort of plays out or how it can play out. So let me quote a few more places here from the white paper. Now imagine that our digital profiles are able to think and speak, born from our online personality patterns tied directly to ourselves. We add three-dimensionality to our intelligent profiles and turn them into 3D avatars, intelligent agents that have our personality and likeness that we command, knowing that it is a trusted representative of our true identity. There are endless possibilities for us to use our intelligent agents anywhere in the digital space. And there it is again, endless possibilities, only limited by your imagination. Well, what does the Bible say? The human imagination is all kinds of evil, right? And the Tower of Babel, Genesis 11, why did God split the languages and tear down the tower? Because all they imagined to do will now be possible. And again, a sin-filled, fallen human being carrying out all of his imaginations will spell destruction. It says, quote, "But as it stands right now, companies build complex AI from our interactions on their platforms and monetize them through focused advertisements and search results. These corporations get all the associated benefits and revenue, while we who provide the source for the profiles get limited access and no means to readily utilize them for our own needs and at our discretion." Now, this is true. This is the only thing that I think is positive, sort of with this platform, is that they're trying to take the control of that data out of the hands of the corporations and giving it back to the people. Now, in that part of the mission, I'm down, except I'm not going to create an AI avatar. I mean, perhaps what this means is that in order to not have the corporations have total control over your data, you have to create this AI avatar. And that's, another one of those systematic things where the enslavement continues to happen based on presented dualities, this or that, and eventually it's going to lead to this tyrannical system. And that's why we have the left-right paradigm and all that. There's a quote here that is highlighted in the white paper. "A humanistic platform could allow us to create our own comprehensive digital profiles." And here's where the mark of the beast concept is so prevalent. All right, let me read here. "We can build a new type of distribution platform to bring back value for the contributor and decentralize the way we use AI. It is a platform that inherits the best qualities of online experience and efficient AI technologies, but begins with us, the individual contributor as the center of the design. Each of us has an enormous volume of digital assets that can be refined with artificial intelligence to support a new type of digital economic system, an artificial intelligent economy. An artificial intelligent economy. An economy run by AI. That's what cryptocurrencies and the mark of the beast and all that is leading to. Now, that's stated. Okay, because some people are saying, why are you even participating in cryptos if you know it's going to lead to the, well, what's on the back of your dollar bill? All-seeing eye pyramid, right? So you've been participating in the system all along, for one. For two, again, there are very specific things that happen in Bible prophecy, so we got to look for that. It's not just, oh, here's the technology, here it's possible, therefore. Because statues are images, paintings are images. Those are also images that have been carried out throughout history, but this prophecy hasn't exactly been fulfilled, although some preterists might argue otherwise. But in any case, I think that we have to understand what's going on, and it's going to hit us like a wave, all this technology, okay? So we have to parse out what's good, what's bad. There are companies out there trying to do what's right, okay? And they're trying to create this quantum-proof and AI-proof cryptocurrency, although with, you know, quantum entanglement technologies now, I mean, we're living in Star Trek world, so I don't know how this is all going to work out. Maybe encryption at the quantum level is something they're working on as well. Who knows? But in any case, an artificial intelligent economy. And it says, in this humanistic platform, every person's AI assets is a node on a network. Global brain, anyone? A node. We are all becoming nodes in the global brain, okay? Where these nodes cooperate with each other to build up value and are compensated for their actions. So it's kind of like a dopamine hit for, you know, solving an equation or something. It's so weird that we are basically becoming synapses in a global brain. The higher the contribution to the network, the greater the compensation. It is an AI economy that is built by the people, for the people, with the people. Again, appealing to why blockchain technology is having this revolution right now. There are positive aspects to it to get us off of this centralized control mechanism. True, but as everything decentralizes, it's going to create this next higher level of control that is possible. If you control the entirety of the network access, then all of a sudden you have total control over the artificial intelligent economy. And I think that's what the entry point will be. Worshipping the image or taking the mark, which means you may not be human anymore because those who take the mark are tortured forever and ever. The torment of their smoke rises forever and ever. It's not good. Okay, and I think it's because they lose their humanity. And how ironic that they are creating this humanistic platform and it will ultimately lead to their inhumanity. I mean, not this company, I'm talking about the philosophical worldview that is underpinning or fueling these types of technological developments. It's a spiritual thing that's happening. So part of the distribution of this artificial intelligent economy, as well as the mark of the beast, is that anybody can participate. Rich, poor, slave, it doesn't matter, right? Well, here's what it says. Right now, the complexity of AI renders it inaccessible to a broader audience and results in AI that is designed top-down to the benefit of the corporation who fund these initiatives. Project Pi is instead building the AI economy from the bottom up, starting with the everyday individual to empower them to be part of a collective AI community. From that seed, the platform can scale and help to solve the world's biggest problems. And by tying artificial intelligence to our digital profiles, we breathe life into our personal information and turn them into our very own three-dimensional avatars. Avatars that depict our likeness and voice and can perform tasks at our representative in the AI economy. They are verified with a centralized network as proof of acting upon our behalf and empower our online activity. Our intelligent digital assets can be collectively summed up as personal artificial intelligence, PI, profiles that have the ability to go out and tell the stories of our lives in our own words, in our own likeness and voice, and interact with the world on our behalf. We foresee the impact of integrated AI and will aim to harness the next great technological watershed moment in human history. Project Pi believes that the new age of the AI economy has arrived and can be realized by first celebrating the individual. Man, peace, then sudden destruction. I think we're going to see a time of prosperity, a time of building, a time where the esotericists will say, we've done it. We have recreated Atlantis, okay? And then sudden destruction, just like the days of Noah. People were giving in marriage, right? Doing whatever that means, right? With the sons of God and the Nephilim all running around, and they didn't know. Then the flood. And that's the same thing that's going to happen again when Jesus Christ returns. So I wanted to get you guys aware of this company and just show how the Bible's not crazy. I mean, think about what I did here. This is a project that is completely unrelated. These folks probably, aren't really Christian or, have too much working knowledge of the Bible. I mean, maybe they do, I don't know, in their personal lives. But as far as this project, they're moving forward with something that is totally from a secular perspective. But then here is this biblical document from 2,000 years ago that states the very thing that they're trying to build and how it could be used for this totalitarian beast system that will demand worship and demand a mark of some kind in order to participate in it. And you can see how it could lead to that, this type of technology. So that's it. I wanted to share that with you. I thought it was really profound and interesting that a company like this is out there, and they're, you can tell that the whole cryptocurrency space and AI, that's sort of the direction everything is headed. I'm in it to fight the battle. I'm in it to inform you guys, but also to get intel on the enemy. And this is part of the process. If you're not going to fulfill Ephesians 5, verses 10 through 12, 13, then it's okay. You can just go off and do what you have been called to do. This is what I've been called to do, to look at these things and to show how the Bible is true and to ultimately point to the gospel. So that's all I have for you guys. Thanks for checking this video out. Please share it with friends and family. The time is short, but that means he is coming back soon. Have an awesome day, guys. God bless.